Hello, ladies and gents, it's Hagbard Celine here, and I just can't. Usually I do a nice peppy intro because what I'm doing I found funny, but these two videos legitimately ruined my afternoon. I only have the time to do one of them today because I'm simultaneously sick, as you might be able to hear, and quite busy. That being said, I am going to still have to answer it, and I'm going to do the videos in the opposite order of what I had originally intended to do out of spite because of this. I find this unacceptable, and you're trying to hide from people like me by doing it. I'll not have it, so then I will be that link, friends. That being said, this is their banner. Let's create a more equal world. These are the kinds of banners you see in movies about dystopian futures. I had legitimate trouble getting through this one. I really did, and I hope that I was able to add enough, spite to help you get through it. They're pure propaganda, they're using kids, and they're aimed at kids and voters. It is disgusting tactics. It really bothered me. All that said, and I'm probably rambling from the cold medication, let's just roll this.
If I was Prime Minister, I would make it illegal.
And that's funny because, as far as I know, what is described in this video is indeed already illegal. What is with this 1950s-esque It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia music that these guys love so much? I thought they were trying to get away from the 50s and 60s. I thought that was the insult they used for us.
It is the wrong time.
Did you really make little girls do housework and chores? You epic shitlords. Of course, that's how that works. Women put in equal time at the exact same job as a man and get paid less. So it's just like in the real world.
Why does he get $5?
That's just the way it is.
You know, to be fair to the representation here, that puzzled little girl is a good embodiment of modern feminism.
$7?
By far, one of the most frightening things about this ad is the way it's phrased, and the argument that's used is so deeply childish and facile. I don't know if it's actually aimed at children or adults. It's difficult. They're using children, but children are a very good tool to use when attempting to manipulate populations of adults. And if it's aimed at children, it's a choice that's made usually to increase empathy. So it is interesting to see that they're using children, but it is nearly impossible to tell whether this is aimed at children or adults.
It should be flat out illegal. I'm not joking. I'm not being unreasonable.
No, you're not being unreasonable. You're being manipulated and being used as a tool of manipulation. I can't really blame you, though.
Women and men should have the same money. They should have 50-50. 60-60 if you want to do 120.
Again, in your attempt to be cutesy, you have accidentally embodied the approximate level of understanding of the situation that I actually receive when I argue with people about this subject. You've also accidentally revealed your support for Marxist and/or communist ideologies, which is kind of funny. Obviously, I'm not talking to the child.
It should just be how hard you work.
Oh shit, you're gonna kill me. Oh my god. Did you just say it should be about how hard you work? I agree. Tell that to the person behind the camera?
If you do the same work you should get paid the same money.
Okay, I'm poking fun, but in all seriousness, to anyone who sees this or my Australian audience that may have joined recently due to the Great Bearing influx, is this not already a law? Is this not already a standard of practice in Australia that if an employee does the same hours and the same labor, that they're paid the same regardless of race and gender? Is this not already a thing? I'm not looking it up. I'm operating under the assumption that it is indeed already a thing in Australia.
What we're trying to tell you is that it's not fair that boys get paid more than girls.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure that what you're doing right here is completely healthy. Let's just shame your younger brother who clearly didn't know what was going on in this situation. This was a setup for him, so let's bash the shit out of him. You people are disgusting. And I hate to need to qualify this again, but clearly, when I say something like that, I am talking to the producers of this film.
Maybe if the men noticed they were being paid more than the women, they should speak up about it.
For real, can you imagine that being your older sister? Filled with that much smugness? And if a woman notices that she's being paid less than or more than a man, should she not speak up about it? Is she not responsible? Is she not an agent of change?
When I am older, I'm going to make a change. If I don't forget.
Well, as we can clearly see, feminism is about changing the roles of men and women to empower women to make change. By shaming men and boys into making changes.
I have no words, it's so wrong.
I agree, you twisted fucks. Stop using kids to hide your ideological bullshit. It's really disturbing. Well, thank you, ANZ, for saving me the trouble of dropping a link in the description. The gentlemen who want to see this can simply click on that. However, I will drop a link in the description to the video I just did, because without going first to that website and then to YouTube, will you be able to access it as I pointed out in the beginning. Now, before my comment section fills up with people butthurt because I criticized children, I am not criticizing children. I know how these videos are made. They take hours of footage. Hours. And an editor, like me, comes along, sits down, chops the footage up, and takes the little bits they want. They want, not the children, not the idiots they had speak, who should not be on film spouting ideological bullshit. No. The editor's opinion is what ends up in the video. So whoever the editor, producer, director of that video was, fuck you. Stop using children. You're making me sick.